I don't know if Dart Zone's been watching my videos or not, but thank you anyway. After 2010, this weird phenomenon happened where a lot of companies decided to create a blaster line and compete with Hasbro. They would all seemingly live in the shadows of all of Hasbro's main offerings. Dart Zone at the time seemed to stand out a little bit. In 2014, they developed a really cool little flywheeler minigun branded as the Adventure Force Walmart brand. Ran on 6 AA's, and this thing was pretty freaking cool. Shot pretty fast. It was a lot of fun, but still, a lot of people didn't know about the Dart Zone brand itself. Dart Zone would continue to innovate and create better and better products, which for the most part would overpower and outstyle Hasbro in almost every category. For example, most Dart Zone flywheeler blasters ran on 6 AA's, which equates to a 9-volt total alkaline battery power supply. Hasbro stubbornly continued to stick to their 4 AA's in most of their standard elite Nerf dart blasters. Dart Zone would continue to innovate different feeding technologies, mostly on minigun based platform. Here we have the Destructor, which uses this really cool hopper technology. Eventually this technology would carry over to a handheld LMG style platform. The Matrix Fire, cool flywheel gimmicks such as the Savage Spin. I love this blaster. I covered it in one of my videos. Make sure to check it out. Up until the late 2019s, the neighborhood for the most part was intact, so to speak. And then in 2020, Dart Zone dropped a direct competitor to the Nerf Strife, which was already aging in design and shelf life. This thing would literally run circles around the Strife. It ran on 9 volts, 6 AA's, great trigger pull, great ergonomics. All you have to do is type in Dart Zone Spectrum or Adventure Force Spectrum. Adventure Force was the first brand. It was marketed under the Walmart license. All you have to do is type in that name in YouTube and the results are staggering. I mean, you got countless amounts of mods, accessories, minimization kits. I mean, you name it. There's everything for this. At this point, especially with the Nexus Pro drop that same summer, Dart Zone was clearly in the lead in terms of community appeal, hobby appeal, and overall performance prowess. Hasbro clearly needed to respond with something, but instead what we got was the Storm Charge. Now, Hasbro had teased at some kind of a pro blaster back when they announced their Nerf ball. I want to say it's almost a year ago. That promise is quickly getting old in the tooth. A lot of people were speculating and hoping that this Storm Charge was going to be either the non-pro or the pro version itself of that promised blaster. Instead, what we got was just another reshell of a Strife that ran on 4 AA's, 6 volts again, same old thing. At this point, it seemed that Hasbro wasn't interested in competing with Dart Zone. Fast forward to 2023, and we have a successor to the Spectrum. Did Dart Zone have to come up with this blaster? Probably not. Did they feel like there was competition that they had to meet in order to design and market this blaster? Definitely not. Is it a damn cool and fun looking blaster? Hell yeezy. Guys, we have the Thunderbolt, the clear successor to the Spectrum. We're looking at very much refined sci-fi lines. They didn't mess too much with the grip, seemingly. Very, very cool new font that they're using for their advertising of their blasters. So far, they got me with the presentation. If you guys checked out any of the podcasts from Dart Zone on this, as well as the Max Outlaw, by the way, video on this coming really soon, then you were definitely anxious to check out what the fuss was all about and get some hands-on information about this blaster. With that little history lesson out of the way, and without further ado, let's take this bad boy out of these cardboard confines, do a little bit of unboxing, do some plinking, check out the performance, and then see what our lasting thoughts are on it. Let's get it, guys. All right, guys, trouble-free packaging. You just basically either cut it out or snap it out from where it's at. No problem. 3-point adjustable extendable stock. Nice little see-through sight, a lot more practical than that scope that we had on the Spectrum, which kind of obstructed our vision. Very nice removable front blade sight, which can be used to approximate a good sight picture along with this open sight. This green color goes so well with the sci-fi aesthetic of the blaster. Like, obviously you are clearly getting the energy. I am completely in love with this blaster. And no, you're not perceiving the wrong impression. I don't know how much better Dart Zone grips can get. I mean, I've loved their grip grips even since their Titan blaster back in the days, and they've only gotten better and better over time. Even on my Savage Spin video, which was just a couple months ago, I praised it for how good its grip was in comparison to even the Tomahawk 60, which was only out for a couple of months before the spin, and this grip was amazing. This grip feels a little bit more compact, but not in a bad way. The back part of the grip is still big enough to house most of my palm, and the front part of the grip can house my fingers pretty well and comfortable, allowing the freedom of being able to use my ring finger or my middle finger for revving, thanks to the larger rev switch. Mag release, pretty awesome. You can gravity release the mag one-handed using your middle finger, probably your ring, but definitely your middle finger if your hands are at least large or extra large like mine. The mag. Oh boy, the mag. Guys, this is a thing of beauty. I mean, just nice translucent crystal sapphire blue color. Such a nice contrast with this bright green, this bright orange, and this subtle gray. It's just the way that these colors come together on this blaster. It's just something to gawk at. I mean, the little vents for the motors, and those are actually required. You'll see why in a second. So I've fitted this blaster with the best batteries money can buy. We got Energizer Ultimate Lithiums in here. Just for a little comparison test, we brought our household Spectrum here and we fitted it with 6 Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Now, the reason I did this is because from a sound perspective, not even testing or comparing performance just yet, I want you to see how different these blasters sound. I'm gonna rev up the Spectrum to its ultimate RPM range, and then I'm gonna do the same with the Thunderbolt, just so you guys can see how Dart Zone is not just lazily creating duplicates with new shells of their blasters. You can hear the change and the upgrades to the technology, maybe the chipsets, the motors, something, but they're definitely offering improvements. Here we go with the Spectrum rev sound. Sounds pretty aggressive, right? Most of that is thanks to these Energizer Lithiums. If you watch the short video I made on the Nerf Double Punch, you'll see that I tested these out to about 1.8, 1.9 volts each. That actually pumps up the voltage of a Nerf blaster up to like 2S voltage, which is right around 7.4 volts. On a 6AA cell blaster, this bumps up the voltage to 10.8 volts at the minimum. So this blaster is a pretty good hot rod. You would think that it would be at the top of its game with this setup, but yeah, we gotta listen to this guy now. And this is the reason why I think this blaster garnered the name from its designers. Listen to how this blaster sings with 6 AA Energizer Ultimate Lithiums, which are pumping out a minimum of 1.8 volts each, maximum of 10.8 volts alkaline on this blaster. I don't gotta say anything else. Let's get to the mini range. Let's pop some rounds at the center target, see how our grouping is, see what these babies can do. I'm a big believer in having to see something in action in order for me to be won over on the idea of either making a financial decision, big life decision, an investment decisions. You get the point. When I first saw the Dart Zone podcast video and I saw this in their hands, I was halfway there already. I mean, the looks of this blaster alone, the extra capacity of 15 rounds instead of 10, the ergonomics, the sci-fi looks, balance of colors, the way that the red chili darts hits the blue, the way that the blue hits the green, the way that the green hits the gray, the way that the orange sits on the green. I mean, I could just talk about this on and on and on one day. Might have a podcast coming up soon, so let me know if you would be interested in such thing. It's just incredible. I can't say enough good things about it. I believe this is going to be released in August, but I have heard that it's already starting to pop up on some Targets, going for $24.99, I believe. Check your local Targets. If you have more than one Target and one of them doesn't have it, check the next one. Thank you, Dart Zone. Thank you for not just making a reshell of something, the way Hasbro has been doing to us for the last almost decade, I can swear. I mean, even on the collectibles, even on different kinds of blasters, different themes. Hasbro continues to keep the same power supply, the same boring feeding system. Pretty much everything seems to be the same with Hasbro. If anything, they downgrade. They put plastic leaf spring triggers on stuff instead of keeping the traditional coil springs. I mean, I really like what Dart Zone's doing. This is a company that's in touch with the community. This is a company that cares about their consumer. This is a company that wants to grow, is ambitious to continue designing good products that are fun, that are competitive. I mean, a toy blaster for 25 bucks that shoots over 100 is crazy. But the performance of this blaster, as you were able to see, is just breathtaking. Don't take my word for it, guys. Pick one up and you guys let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you're definitely gonna like this one. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay blasting, foam fam.